Today I built 32 different college football programs filled with current day NFLers and will be putting them into a March Madness style tournament. Can Christian McCaffrey backpack Stanford to a title? Will Patrick Mahomes be able to overcome a weak supporting cast? Can anyone compete with the buzzsaw that is Alabama? Well, there's only one way to find out, but before we do, just bring it in real quick, okay? I need to say right now, I did not personally create this entire roster from scratch. Someone in the Madden community did most of the heavy lifting for me. While I'm very thankful for that, there might be a few players out of place, a few ratings you might disagree with if you look close enough at every roster. Let's just roll with it. All right, it's gonna be fun regardless, and we're all doing the best we can, okay? Let's go. Step one in running our tournament, I simulated one regular season with this roster and seeded the teams correspondingly 1 through 16 on both sides. Super surprising to me on the left side, both Pat Mahomes with Texas Tech and Lamar Jackson with Louisville have respectable seeds. Brother, both those dudes are basically on their own, so yeah, anything can happen, I guess. Looking at the right side, obviously Alabama and Clemson are favorites, but I've got my eye on BYU as a 13 seed. Those Mormons, man, potential Cinderella run incoming. If Zach Wilson can focus on football and not his teammates' mothers, well, then maybe.
That's asking a lot.
We began the madness with a near upset as it took OT for South Carolina, the 1 seed, to eventually take down Auburn, although without a QB, it's going to be tough sledding for the Gamecocks. I didn't register this earlier, but somehow Georgia was a 9 seed? That doesn't make sense. The Bulldogs would dispose of Lamar Jackson in Louisville without breaking a sweat, Nick Chubb leading the way with a monster 2 TD performance. Taylor Swift was in attendance to watch the Kelsey brothers in Cincinnati drop a tight one to Russell Wilson and the 5 seed Wisconsin. While in a shockingly low-scoring affair, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and Justin Jefferson barely edged by Florida State. Both LSU scores coming from that Bengals deadly duo. And while technically Georgia as a 9 seed was an upset from that first batch of games, looking pretty chalk there, the 1, 9, 5, and 4 seeds advancing in the top left. But I'm not gonna lie, a couple of those games were closer than I anticipated. We're gonna get some upsets here. I can feel it in my bones. And right on cue, an upset, as in Packers colors, the Mahomes-led Texas Tech squad, somehow a 6 seed, well, they got dismantled by Penn State. Not exactly a shocker based on each team's roster, but based on seeds, yeah, it's a technical upset. Jumping into a clutch finish here, minute and a half left, tie game. In Seahawk colors, it's Mississippi State. They are a 3 seed led by Dak Prescott. He's got a nice completion for a first. They have a super nice roster, specifically on the defensive side of the ball, Chris Jones and others, but is Dak enough offensively? That's Kylan Hill toting the rock. Okay. I figured Mississippi State would kill clock, kick a field goal, but oh my word, you've got to be kidding me. What is that defense, UNC? Kylan Hill really just running all over? All right, man, to seal the game. From there, we'd finish out the bottom left region with Justin Herbert tossing a TD to power Oregon over Notre Dame and CJ Stroud tossing 4 of them in a Buckeye W over USC. Our first major upset of the video, again seed-wise, with Penn State advancing. They'll have to take on Dak and Mississippi State, while Oregon versus Ohio State, Herbert versus Stroud. I mean, that's that stuff you just love to see. We'll get to it eventually, but we're off to the right-hand side of the bracket now, where Alabama would begin their run with a suffocating victory against Miami. Tua, a flawless 4 TD performance. The 8-9 matchup saw Michigan fall just short in a grinded-out tilt with Texas A&M. Mike Evans, 85 yards to lead the Aggies to victory. Ooh, and that leads us into a potential clutch finish here, a potential upset. 2-minute warning, Christian McCaffrey and Stanford here. They go 3rd and 5. Davis Mills with a dot. Christian McCaffrey's supporting cast, it's not that impressive, but they've got enough NFLers here that I think they can pull this off. They need a touchdown here, obviously. This will be their final possession. Oh, Davis is dealing. Are you serious? Patriots, are you gonna... Dude, you're playing with fire. Oh, okay. Davis Mills throws to Christian McCaffrey. Yeah, he can do that too. That's big time. Oh my gosh, but here we go. Stanford left a lot of time on the clock. I didn't think CJ Beathard could lead Iowa down here. This is their final. Wow, they're going for it. Hail Mary, final play of the game. Well, 2 seconds left. Sometimes the Madden AI is so dumb. They did not need to do that. With 8 seconds left, you could have got a chunk play, then kicked a field goal. Hey, I'm not the coach of Iowa, but I'd be pretty rattled if I were. Here goes Beathard again. Maybe draw a flag. You got all them. What? You're kidding me. Oh my gosh. Wait. Is that defense or off? Nah, yo, Madden AI, dude. And you're not even gonna go for the win, Iowa. That is so sad, bro. We can't be here all day, so this game went to OT somehow, some way. Looks like Stanford gets the ball first, and they're gonna punt it away. Iowa with a chance to upset CJ Beathard. Oh, that's a chunk play. That's a sack. That's okay. They've got this. I think they've got it. 3rd and 2, 4th and 2. Did they just go for it on 4th down? CJ Beathard to Hawkinson. I guess so. And you know what? Hail Mary, you get a defensive pass interference called on you, Stanford. I'm sorry. You didn't deserve it. That's just that the ball don't lie. Bad execution down the stretch by Stanford. Can't say the same for my upset pick, as yes, BYU would control their entire game. Jamal Williams ran wild, and they'd indeed upset Texas. And look at that, the top right region of our bracket. Yeah, Alabama obviously wins. Texas A&M not really an upset, but Iowa and BYU, a 12 and 13 seed advancing. And that, my good friends, is indeed madness. March Madness, if you're so... anyways.
Are you f***ing stupid?
Hey friends, real quick, just wanted to shout out my sponsor, Underdog Fantasy. Every night, every sport, Underdog has action you can get in on to enhance your sports watching. I mean, with certain scorchers, you could earn 100 times your money in a night. What? Obviously, no pressure from me, guys, but if you were considering diving into Underdog, why not support me and my channel? Use code JCAN, link and more info is down below. Okay, I'll shut up now. To the bottom right region we'd go. Another favorite needed OT to close things out, as Ole Miss barely survived against Tennessee. Oklahoma, meanwhile, well, they did not mess around. A hat trick on the ground from Joe Mixon. They handled Washington. Anthony Richardson would ball out under center for Florida. 3 TD passes as the Gators would upset Kirk Cousins and Michigan State. And on the topic of upsets, Clemson would finally make their debut in this video. They are inexplicably down 8 points, no timeouts left, under 90 seconds remaining. I think they're gonna lose. Yeah, obviously we can't count them out. They've got a ton of talent, like as in maybe the 2nd or 3rd best roster on paper. Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne, all them receive. Okay. Yeah. Okay. DeAndre Hopkins just toasted. Okay, it's okay. UCLA, that is the team they are playing. By the way, I haven't mentioned that yet. Inexplicably up in this game. If they get a stop right here, right? Okay, UCLA. I'm trying to hype you up for the upset. Okay, that was really bad. Yeah. In like 2 plays, Clemson just did that. Dorian Thompson-Robinson somehow had his boys in a position to win it. Okay, we're in OT. I think UCLA must have clocked it to get to OT. All right, can they pull something off here? Charbonnet on the ground. 4th and 2. What? Oh, they punted. I thought that was a play. Clemson takes the ball back. I assume they're going to march down the field here. So wait a minute. That was an interception. Hold on. What? Why whenever I choose not to watch something does chaos happen? Are you serious? Dude, I can't view the plays that just happened in OT, but Trevor Lawrence, 2 interceptions. I'm pretty sure one of those was in OT. Are you kidding me? Look at UCLA, man. Kyle Phillips, 157 and 3 touchdowns from Dorian Thompson-Robinson, including the game winner in over. They could have kicked a field goal. Nah, they said we running the score up. Dude, when I jumped in and watched the game, Clemson scored, hit a 2-point convert in literally 2 plays. When I went back to the sim, UCLA just feasted. I don't know. I'm legitimately sorry, Clemson fans, but that's just the way she goes. A chaotic region of the bracket there with the 10 seed Florida Gators and UCLA both advancing. What is going on? As a whole, our bracket is off to the Sweet 16. Just so many interesting matchups we got to chew on here. Let's get into it, boys. Our first bite at the Sweet 16 apple was a defensive slugfest as Matt Stafford and Georgia were unable to move the ball against the stout Gamecocks D. It's too powerful, man. Wait, nah, but seriously, Matt Stafford threw 3 interceptions. South Carolina is amazing. Not a single QB came out of South Carolina. They had to steal Ben DiNucci, a 53 overall, just from the transfer portal. Wow, they held Nick Chubb to just 65 yards. That's elite, man. Offense was once again at a premium as Wisconsin and LSU battled into a low-scoring OT frame where Jamal Adams would scoop up a Badgers fumble and Clyde Edwards-Helaire eventually put the game away for LSU. With pro teammates Micah Parsons and Dak Prescott leading their respective schools, Penn State's bid for an upset came up just short as they simply couldn't muster any offense. And although it wasn't convincing, Mississippi State has such a good defense. They have almost no weapons surrounding Dak Prescott, but Kylan Hill keeps getting it done. Another 2 TDs, sure. To round out our left side Sweet 16 matchups, we had CJ Stroud versus Justin Herbert, Ohio State, Oregon, and barring an absolute miracle of epic proportions. I believe Ohio State in Cardinal colors are gonna, yep, there it is. Oh, Zeke, that's game. I mean, look, Chris Olave, 11 catches, Terry McLaurin, Zeke was getting, if Garrett Wilson didn't do much, but a touchdown. CJ Stroud's got weapons, bruh. And with that, we're down to just 4 teams remaining on the left side of our bracket, and unfortunately, it's the 1, 2, 3, 4 seeds. Man, how did that happen? I'm always on the hunt for upsets and chaos. We got a little bit, but in the end, the cream did rise to the top, as they say. Anyways, speaking of elite supporting casts, Tua would once again spray the rock around the yard. Another 5 touchdown passes as Alabama rolled A&M. My upset pick BYU went into Iowa in a battle of low-seeded schools, and with the game tied at 13 apiece late, Iowa kicker Caleb Shudak missed a potential game winner. A wildly destructive miss, I might add, because BYU got pretty good field goal position. Zach Wilson has made like a couple of oh my gosh, this man is going deep. This man is a menace. Why are you going deep, dude? Like, dink and dunk, get your kicker a few extra yards. Don't take a sack, you idiot. Wait, what? No. Oh my gosh. Okay, BYU's kicking it. They don't need to. I think they've got like a 62 overall kicker. He's gonna miss this. It's low. He missed. And with that, I'm not watching all of OT. If ball don't lie rules apply here, then I think Iowa should win, because BYU, that was just playing scared, playing dumb. You both missed a field goal late. Oh my word. Wait a minute. Interception. Daniel Sorensen for 79 yards. I think I'm gonna see BYU win this. Yeah, okay. Look at those numbers. Zach Wilson 215-0, outplaying CJ Beathard. BYU's gonna get smacked next round, but I digress. We finally got a certified barn burner full of offense as 3-seed Oklahoma took on 6-seed Ole Miss. Jalen Hurts would toss 3 TDs. He played great, including one as part of a massive CeeDee Lamb performance, but that wasn't enough. Brandon Bolden got in on the ground. Dawson Knox through the air as Ole Miss pulled off the upset. I mean, look at this. Another school that needed the transfer portal. They picked up 50 overall something. AJ McCarron, he's not doing much. Their running backs, like, they're not good. Wow. AJ Brown, DK Metcalf, Elijah, they're not even getting used that much. They don't have a QB, but they did it. To round out the right side Sweet 16, Anthony Richardson continued his dominant run as Florida held off UCLA to advance. And look at that, ladies and gentlemen, the right side of our bracket where chaos happens, a 13, 6, and 10 seed. Well, you know, that's cool. That's fun, but it also might just mean Alabama's path is completely clear to the championship. But we'll find out, okay? Before we get to Bama, however, we'll start on the left side where a bit surprising, the 1 seed South Carolina. I mean, they've got 480 plus overalls. Obviously, some talent here. We can't deny that. But without a QB, they're rocking Holton, Ellers, Ben DiNucci. Neither good option. Is their magic gonna run out? I'm not gonna lie, it probably should. On paper, LSU just so much better. I mean, obviously Joe Burrow, but look at 90 plus, 80 plus over. I mean, come on, LSU's got to run away with this thing, right? Well, when I'm right, I'm right. 24-0. That sums it up. Yes, honestly, light work for LSU too. They barely broke a sweat, dude. Jefferson, Jamar, 4 catches each. That's all they needed. Now, LSU might be the best roster on paper, but they'd be competing for that title here with Ohio State. Again, all these 90 overalls, the Bosas, they've got wide receivers to burn on this roster. And of course, the man, the myth, the legend. He's been so good this video so far. CJ Stroud, 81 overall, just guiding this ship. And I've talked a bunch about their opponent, Mississippi State, all defense, bro. Chris Jones, Darius Slay. We've got Jeffrey Simmons, Montez Sweat, pass rushers, everything. They do have that. Also, this dude, Kylan Hill, who's just, I mean, he's scoring multiple touchdowns per game. But I failed to see how a team with this receiving room can they keep up? I mean, I doubt it. Oh my goodness, dude. Sometimes I don't know ball. I don't know. You know what? I kind of know ball. My prediction that Mississippi State wouldn't have the offense in this game, I mean, it's kind of true. Look at the score. They have produced just a single offensive touchdown. It was definitely a rushing touchdown too. But look at their defense. Darius Slay, Chris Jones, and them boys, they're for real. But Ohio State, all they need to do right now is piece together one good drive. I mean, it's not too much to ask. CJ Stroud, he's off to a great start. Yep, he's doing it. Olave, Garrett Wilson, Terry McLaurin, they might be getting clamped themselves. So fair enough. Okay, there's a throw to the perimeter. He's he's not going to get out of bounds. That was Scary Terry, the veteran. How did he not cut that route out of bounds? I mean, he got the first down, but now Ohio State in Arizona colors, they are out of timeouts. Wait a minute, Stroud to the end zone. A busted coverage. What in the world, man? Garrett Wilson was naked. A fourth quarter clutch masterclass from CJ Stroud. Dak has 15 seconds, 3 timeouts, not a single wide receiver of no. Oh my gosh, you're kidding me. Oh, what? I was not paying attention. I just noticed that Ohio State missed the extra point. You've actually got to be kidding me. Oh, what are you doing, Dak? Dude. Yo, all Mississippi State needed was a field goal. I had no idea. They got most of that yardage on the first play. Dak just threw it away. Now he's got to go for Hail Mary. Do not show me a DPI here. Madden, no defensive pass interference. We've seen that once this video. That ball was up there for a half a second. Wow.
That was a close one.
Some unexpected dramatic flair to end that game. Ohio State survives. I don't think we're going to have a similar clutch finish here as, yeah, Alabama, as you may have predicted, easily the best roster out of any team here. It's so good. What? They are taking on BYU, who I thought would make some noise in this video. They have Jamal Williams, Puka Nacua, like their end is going to run. Their run is going to end here in like the first quarter, right? Wow. Let me respect the Cougars. Zach Wilson to Samson Nacua for a touch. They're in this game. How? Oh no, Tua's getting involved on the rushing TD. Oh, Zach answers him right back with one of his own. I might have got everyone a little extra riled up. You might have thought this was about to be a clutch finish, maybe an upset for BYU. Not meant to be. But the fact this was only a 9-point game, that just makes no sense. But you know what? We will respect Zach Wilson for like 5 minutes here. I don't know. He played well enough to be in the game. That's pretty good. Alabama does advance, and in the Final Four, they will have waiting for them potentially the 6th seed Ole Miss with A.J. Brown, DK Metcalf, and they have weapons. They just don't have a QB to get them the rock, which they really could use right about now. Although for as solid as they've played here, Florida, Kyle Pitts, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Anthony Richardson, they are not as good on paper as that Ole Miss squad. Oh, snap. But ball potentially don't lie. I'm jumping into this game way too late. Ole Miss with a chance to win it in the red. Ooh. I said Florida wasn't as good on paper as Ole Miss, but in Buffalo Bills colors, Florida has a lead. Can they hold? They are bending. Will they break? Yes, a touchdown for Ole Miss. Evan Ingram got some space. That's a big time grab. AJ McCarron from Alabama contributing. Anthony Richardson was so good this run for Florida, but they do come up short. AJ Brown, DK Metcalf, Ole Miss are off. To the Final Four of our video here, with LSU coming out of that top left region, a 4 seed, kind of an upset, I guess. They will take on from the left side of the bracket, Ohio State. Man, that is a loaded battle. Over on the right-hand side, yeah, Alabama, of course, rolled through to the Final Four, where they will meet the aforementioned Ole Miss. We had some chaos early in the tournament. I would say 3 of the 4 teams still left standing were pretty predictable. Ole Miss, the only chaotic agent without a QB. Can they take down Alabama? I probably not, but we will find out. Let's get to it. Before the Bama game, we'd see the left side bracket Final Four matchup. Joe Burrow and LSU in Vikings colors, CJ Stroud and Ohio State repping the Cardinals. We didn't see a score in this game until seconds remaining in the first half, as Stroud connected with McLaurin for a TD. LSU was struggling all game to get any momentum, and midway through the third, Garrett Wilson was the recipient for another Buckeye 7. An unsung hero came through for the Tigers late in the fourth, Thaddeus Moss finding Pater to give LSU life, but after a stop, Joe Burrow would get the ball back and throw a back-breaking interception in his own territory. Ohio State, thanks to CJ's 3rd touchdown, turned that turnover into points. The yardage wasn't really there for CJ, but he outplayed Joe. 3 touchdowns, most notably no interceptions. And with an unbelievable amount of receiving weapons on both sides of the ball, it's Jeremy Ruckert, the tight end, leading the way with 6 receptions, 52 yards. Unbelievable. At last, we moved on to the Bama-Ole Miss matchup, a potential upset for the ages if Miss found a way to get their playmakers the rock. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that was the plan, a fine plan in theory, but it didn't happen. Ole Miss struggled to move the ball on offense, and defensively were ran all over by Derrick Henry for multiple scores. Najee Harris got one too. It was bad. How Ole Miss made it this far, I'm not sure, because DK Metcalf, AJ Brown, they didn't put up good numbers numbers in like any of these matchups. Yeah, Tua's got to be just loving life. Only 1 touchdown pass in this game, but still 370 yards. The weapons are just done, but Cooper, Waddle, Devon, they almost had 3 dudes over 100. What?
I mean, that's ridiculous.
But here we go. It's been a long journey on our bracket, March Madness style, to get here. Only 2 teams remain. The 1 seed Alabama Crimson Tide on the right-hand side, the Ohio State Buckeyes, a 2 seed on the left. Let's do one more look at the rosters. The 1 seed Alabama, yeah, Patrick Surtain, Quinnen Williams. I mean, they've got defense. They've got, as mentioned, offensive weapons to burn. Yo, Josh Jacobs wasn't even involved in that last game. Najee and Derrick Henry were. I just realized that they have so much depth. Jahmyr Gibbs too. Oh my word! I didn't even realize Najee Harris. I was like, where'd he go? I didn't see him he's listed as a fullback on this roster. That's how deep they are. Based on roster construction and talent, the Ohio State Buckeyes are definitely an underdog. Their roster is really good. It is not Alabama though, so this would be a good story. You know, if they pull this off, like, I'm rooting for them. Come on, CJ, keep that magic going, buddy. Oh no, Bama took ball first, drove for about 8 minutes and finished it with a touchdown. Ooh, but Ohio State return serve. Both teams 1-for-1. Stroud to Olave. Oh my gosh, just before half, Ohio State answers an Alabama field goal with a touchdown. Oh, Derrick Henry can't be stopped. Bama opens the second half with a score. Oh my goodness. Yo, everybody, come look at this. After that Derrick Henry touchdown in the third, there's been no scoring. Oh, that's bad. That was bad, CJ. This game is tied. Both teams full of timeout. CJ, can he? Wow. Okay, I thought I was walking into an Ohio State game-winning drive, upset to end this video. Oh, they're really just gonna run this. Okay, they just gave up. They just gave up this game. What am I seeing? Madden is honestly so cruel for that. I legitimately thought I was stepping into a for sure Ohio State field goal to win this game. Ball is back to Bama. I should chill. I've seen missed extra points, missed field goals, DPIs on Hail Mary attempts. There's a lot of runway here yet in this game, but a first down. Oh, come on. They really did that. They really went for it all unnecessarily, and Tua connects with Jerry Jeudy. I think he just gamed it, brother. What? I don't expect much from the Madden AI, but once again, I'm disappointed with 3 timeouts, like 2 chunk plays, and then you've got a manageable shot at the end zone. This is going to end with a Hail Mary. I already know. Oh, no. They had a chance to win the game. All they needed was a field goal. They come up short. He takes a sack. And again on this, no, wait. What is up with this game? This is like what, the 2nd or 3rd time this video? It's out of anyone's hands right now. CJ Stroud, you have one last chance, my guy. No pressure. He threw a pick. That's it. That's game. All right, no more chaos can possibly happen. CJ Stroud had a fantastic video for Ohio State, bringing them all the way to the championship final, but in the end, he could not make the plays necessary. It was Tua Tagovailoa. As yes, Alabama does walk out of here, possibly very predictably, as champions of our NFL March Madness tournament. There you go. Please let me know down below if you enjoyed this video. I'm sure, yeah, many people predicted Alabama would win it, but it was close in the end, and that's about as much as I can ask for. Drop a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and check out another video from my channel.